Well, hello. If you have clicked on this video, then the chances are you are as confused about artifact sets as I was, and you just want to find how they work and what are they actually. So, good for you, lucky for you. Lucky for you, I am here to explain everything as simply as I can about artifacts and what you need to know about them exactly. Now, first, a pro tip. Before I'm not a pro, but still, before you start grinding artifacts, you need to level up your characters and their talent levels first, because they are guaranteed upgrades, and artifacts are not. Kind of. If you're talking about grinding artifacts, then uh, leveling up their talents and their overall level is better than going for artifacts in the early and mid game. You can start leveling up your artifacts and grinding artifacts after you reach AR 45, and most of the characters that you used are at a significant level, that is 80, and their talents are at about 6, or if it's a main DPS or the main damage dealer in your party, then it should be somewhere around 7 or 8 before you start grinding artifacts for them. Now, how to know which artifact to farm for which character? Well, you can go the long route and see, here's the archive. Just go there, go to equipment, and just see what artifact sets give you what bonuses, and look at your character and see what they need more, and you choose your artifact set and search where it's from, and just farm it. Or you can do the easy thing, which is just Google, let's say which artifact set is best for my support official. Then most will say two-piece Thundering Fury and two-piece Gladiator, or two-piece Thundering Fury and two-piece Shimenawa, whatever it is. Or some will say four-piece Tenacity of Millilith, if you want your official to be more of a buffer than a damage dealer. You get the point. You just search it up and they will tell you what artifact set you need. Now, you know what artifact set you need. Now, how to know where to farm them? Easy for you. You just click on this Adventurer Handbook, go to Domains, and you will see every domain that there is in the game listed in here. You just scroll down, look past each of them, click on them, and see if this is the set you need. Now, let's say I need Emblem of Severed Fate. I just scroll down because Emblem of Severed Fate is a new update, so it should be down. It should be lower in the list. See, it's in here. Now I know the name, Momjirat. Now, if I click on this, then it will straight navigate me to the location in the map. Now I just need to teleport there. Just teleport. Now I just need to teleport there, and voila, you have the domain. Now click F. Now here's why I said you need to wait until you go to AR45. Before AR45, I think this highest level dungeon is not accessible to you, which means you will not get the optimum amount that you should get from your 20 resin spent. In the highest level, then a 5-star artifact is guaranteed, but in here it's not guaranteed. I think it's not guaranteed, but you can get it. You can get 5-star artifacts. So just need to wait until AR45 and grind this one. If your characters are lower level, then you can also go for this one. Get some good 4-star artifacts, farm them up, level them. After your characters are decently strong, now go to this the highest level, Now farm them and substitute the 4-star artifacts that you've had with the new 5-star artifacts. Now your characters are stronger. Simple as that. I'm not gonna farm it now, but you get the idea. Uh, Now let's just summarize what I've said until now. Wait till AR 45, then start farming artifacts. Wait till your characters are leveled, their talents are leveled, then start farming artifacts. Because you will get artifacts by default. When you fight bosses like Magukenki or any other world boss at UC, you'll need to fight bosses to level up your characters as it is. So they will give you Wanderer's Troop. Yeah, they will give you Wanderer's Troop, or they will give you Gladiator, or they will give you Berserker. All three of them are good, are really good and decent for any character. Especially Berserker and Gladiator. Gladiator is good for your main DPS, and Berserker is good for your supports. So you just need to fight the bosses. This way, you'll get your characters leveling up, and you'll get artifacts too passively, which you can equip to those characters. And that's it. That's it about farming artifacts. Now let's talk about stats and substats. Uh, Let me just pull up an artifact real quick. Yeah, you see, if you have an artifact set, if and you want the 4-piece bonus, then you just need to go with the 4-piece, and the 5th piece can be anything you want uh, on the 4th piece. Now, how do you start? Well, you start with the flower and feather, because I say that because flower and feather can only have two main stats, that is, flower can only have HP and feather can only have attack. So you first because the choices are limited there, so uh, it's easy to find which one is good and which one is not. So you go for flower and feather, then you go with sense. Mostly I would recommend going for attack sense for any character, but let's see my character Beidou, her burst talent, right? Yeah, her burst, which is the main damage dealer for me, has an 80 cost, which means I need energy so that I can spam my burst. So I went with energy recharge. If your character needs more damage, go for attack. If your character needs more energy, go for energy recharge. If your character is a healer or a shielder who has HP scaling, then go for HP. If you need more defense, like Ito, then you go for defense. See, now Goblet is the easiest, or you can say the hardest to farm, but the easiest to sort out. Because Goblet, you just look at the character. If the character is Electro, then you go for Electro damage bonus. If your character does physical damage more, then you go for physical damage bonus. If your character is Pyro character, then you go for Pyro damage bonus. As simple as that. For crown is also simple, but they are hard to farm. Usually 90% of the time you should go for either crit rate or crit damage on your main stat, whichever one you lack. If you lack crit rate, then you go for crit damage. If you lack crit damage, then you go for crit rate. Now about substats, would have I would like to talk about substats a little bit, but all of this is totally RNG, so you don't need to, bash your head too much around it. It's just luck. That's all there is to it. Substat, I would say, prefer. Why is this trash piece? Prefer crit rate than crit damage, or you can prefer crit damage over crit rate, whichever one you lack. If then the next is energy recharge, because everyone wants to spam their burst, right? Then the next is attack, the next is defense, and the next is all the flat stuff. If your artifact has 2 or more flat substats, then you shouldn't level it up. But if you're early, then you can level it up. Of course you can level it up. It will give you a lot of damage boost. So if you're early, then you don't need to worry about substats at all. You just need to check the main stats and just level up your artifacts. And then as you play more, as you get to know more, and you can just decide on your own which one you need. Now I say that because you just need to look here and look at the crit rate and crit damage ratio. If it's 1:2, let's say 50 and 100, then it's good to go. It's good to go. And if your energy cost is high, let's say 80, then you will need about 170 plus energy recharge. And as I'm using the four piece emblem set, then I get 25% burst damage bonus as per my energy recharge. So I have 193 energy recharge, right? So 25% of that is about 50, more like 47 to 48%. So my burst will deal 47 to 48% more damage. So this is the beauty of Emblem of Severed Fate, which is why for every new player, I suggest you go to the Emblem of Severed Fate dungeon. You go there, you farm this artifact, because Emblem of Severed Fate and Noblesse pieces, these two sets will never be useless on any character, on any account. They will never be useless. So you can farm the Emblem of Severed Fate dungeon, go there, and the two-piece Shimanama is good too. Now you can ask me why, because you are focusing on one character, right? But the other characters also need a decent amount of improvement. So what you can do is, all the gladiator sets that you have left, and you will get two-piece Shimanama sets from the Emblem of Severed Fate dungeon, right? You can slap two-piece gladiator, two-piece Shimanama on any character, and they will be decent. They won't be bad. They won't be bad. They will not be benefited from this bonus. And about Noblesse, you can slap two-piece Noblesse to anyone, because your burst will deal 20% more damage. Let's see here. I have slapped just two-piece Noblesse here, and two-piece Emblem and two-piece Shimanama here. See, it's decent. And now you can ask me, then, if I'm farming for Emblem of Severed Fate, then how can I get Noblesse pieces? What you can do is either farm both at the same time, or just one by one, or you can do what I do, is not farm both of them, focus on just one, go to a crafting bench, and there is this new system which lets you deal artifacts. You give 3 5-star artifacts, and you'll get 1 5-star artifact back. The RNG is the same as in the dungeons, so best of luck. But the way I see it, I'm trading something that cost me resin with for something that will cost me resin again. So that's resin efficiency. That's a resin efficiency point for me. See, there is the Noblesse Oblige set. So you can bump in 3, or you can bump in, I guess the highest limit is 39. Then you can get 13 artifacts from it, and you, at least one of them will be decent, not great but decent enough. And then you can slap the two-piece around to any support character that you need. That's the beauty of artifacts. Artifacts can be swapped around to any character. Let's say I don't use Beidou anymore. I can slap this artifact set to, let's say I get Raiden Shogun in the future, I can slap it to Raiden Shogun. It's like weapons. If you level up your weapons, they will never be not useful, because you can slap it around to anyone, and who knows who will use them again. And if it's a godly artifact, then more power to you. I think I've covered everything about substats, about roles. Yeah, I think I've covered everything that you need to know about artifacts. Let me just summarize it up. First, you level up your talents and your character level. Then, if you want a significant improvement from that point, you go and try for artifacts. Now, which artifact to try? You look at your account and see which character deals more damage to you, or which character is more helpful for you. Look it up to Google or anywhere else, see which artifact set is good for them. Now then go to the adventurer handbook and see where this artifact set you can get this artifact set from, right? And after that, let me just fight the mobs. Yeah, which artifact set is good for which character. Shit. I can do two things at once, sorry. Hey, hey, hey. Ito is so fun, man. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, about artifacts. You just see which artifact is good for which character, and then level that artifact up. At first, you don't worry about which artifact is good, just you need to know about the main stats. Just make sure you don't slap an HP main stat artifact to a damage dealer. That's all you need to worry about early game. And then after you get more artifacts which are better than your existing one, you start swapping them out. Now let me just tell which artifact as set you should go for, which artifact rarity you should go for at which AR. At AR 30, you don't need to worry about it. At AR 40, you will get decent gladiator and what was the berserker and wanderer sets. Slap them around, level them. At AR 45 plus, you can still farm either the 4-star or 5-star artifact set that you desire. Swap at AR 45 plus, and when your characters are decently level, you go for the higher level artifact and start swapping them out. It's just a constant grind, and that's it. That's as simple as that. It may sound long, but it's really simple. It's just game. It's just a game. You do things and you get things. That's all. With that being said, I think I've covered everything. And if there's anything that is still confusing, or you want to know more about, nuances about, then you can just comment down below. I'll probably 100% reply to you. And if there's any veteran watching me, then if I've said anything wrong, then you can just correct me down in the comment, and I'll make sure to pin that comment. I think that's all. I'm not going to waste your time anymore. And if you like what you see, then subscribe. Although it's it's really funny. I have you don't need to subscribe uh, right now, but and that's it. Okay, bye.